beginning? Was wrestling something
just
always
like
on your?
Just like most people, I was a fan. I've almost pinpointed the exact date, or not date, the period of time where I have a cousin. My cousin Mike G turned me on to good rock and roll and and weed, and he's a good guy. And he was in the music business, wound up being a music writer, and everything from country to heavy metal. Anyway, back in 1966, that's right, Rip. The kids hear this and they think that year was, BC. Back in 1966, he told me, he would come over. I think it was at my house, and wrestling was on at that time. Of course, we were in New Jersey. WWF on Channel 5. On Channel 5 for 2 hours from the wrestling capital of the world, Washington, D.C., with Ray Morgan. And I saw it, and my dad brought me up as a Yankee fan, and I was a fan, and my dad really was into pro sports, just a fan, So with wrestling, right away, I was engrossed, and my father's like, that stuff. But whatever. Anyway, I started as a fan, and I followed it most of my adult life. There was a couple of dips, but for the most, finding out about sex, too much cocaine, this and that. But I stuck with it so much that I was working with this band as a roadie, lighting, whatever. We were in Louisville in 1976. We had Sunday night off, and there was a show running. So I went, and I was and all these stories can be heard on my podcast, Last Stop Penn Station, if anyone cares.
Okay.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah, get that in there. Plug that thing.
Yeah, hey, plug anything you want, baby.
All right. So there was a point in the 80s where I had to get out of town quick. We don't have to talk about why, but I had to get out of town quick. And I knew this ex-girlfriend who was in New Orleans, and I got her on the phone. I said, Debbie, I got to get out of here. She's like, Cary, I'm living with this. I have a boyfriend. I'm like, please, just take me in for a night or two. I'm not gonna, I'll get it. So I wound up staying in New Orleans for 6 months, and I would go to the Mid-South. It was still Mid-South then.
Now, what year is this?
Excuse me?
What year is this?
85.
Okay. In 83, I worked for Bill Watts, and I worked 2 Superdome shows there.
Okay. So
and then we worked all the other buildings in New Orleans, because that was Monday night. Every Monday night was New Orleans.
The Muni, right? The Municipal Center.
Okay.
It was on the edge of the French Quarter. Not the good edge. It was on the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, what the hell, right?
And on and on. So I'll get to the Ring of Honor, and then you tell me if you want to jump back.
You don't have to get there yet. I'm still waiting to see who you watched wrestle in Louisville. I was still waiting on that.
I want to see if it had to be the greatest show in many months with Nick Goulas. At Louisville Gardens.
Greatest of all time, right?
The greatest show in many months. The rough, tough team at Jerry Lawler and Toji Yamamoto going up the master interns with the manager, Sir Clemens. Don't forget now, it's Tuesday night. We'll see you Tuesday night at Louisville Gardens. Something like that. I said, are you ready? I got my dots on, my polka dots. Get your popcorn, get your Coke, get ready, get excited, because look what's coming up now.